Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we're reviewing a really cool knife by Kansept. This knife was donated to the channel by a super awesome subscriber channel member. Tyler, really appreciate you for this. This is really a kind of a cool knife to check out. I find myself really enjoying more of the Kansept designs, and some of these are really, really cool. So this is the Fenrir. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Fenrir, something like that. Fenrir. Anyways, it's a folding knife by Kansept Knives. Really, really cool. Kansept is a manufacturer. I don't know exactly who the designer is. Oh, it's Greg Schaub. Greg Schaub, and I think it says it on here somewhere. Yeah, Greg Schaub right there. So it says Greg Schaub is the designer. And you can see this almost looks like an arrowhead, kind of a clip point. I don't know if you want to call this a harpoon, kind of a knife. Really cool. This is a kind of a blue G10 carbon fiber kind of inlay, which is really cool. Makes this and so this is got a steel bar insert. I want to say this is a bolster lock. It is technically a bolster lock because the liner's on top of the frame lock, which is really cool. It's got a titanium deep milled pocket carry clip, beautifully contoured scales. You can see the contour on there, rounded all the way around. Has a beautiful swedge on top here with that really kind of deep hollow grind. Nice sharp edge, really pokey on the tip, but strong enough to, to get into dog food, cat food, mulch, fertilizer. Works really well left-handed, especially because it's a bolster lock, and so that's really nice. Has a front flipper that's tuned, I think, really nicely. Some people might find it a little weak, but I think for a top flipper or front flipper, this is a good tune. Now, if you like really strong detent, then you might want to tighten this up a little bit, but as is, I think it's pretty good. Cutaway here to the lock bar works really well with the carbon fiber scales, kind of protecting everything. I love the cutout here for the lock bar itself. That's really cool. This thumb studs are volcano barrel shape, not barrel shape, so it's easy to use and access. It does have a nice, with that little kind of harpoon look there. It's a nice little finger place where you can hold it. I have large hands. You can see plenty of room here. You can choke up, absolutely very usable choke up for extra large, double extra large, triple extra large hands. So that works really, really nice. I like that. The action's really good. I think I already said that. Drops really well, flips really well. And I think if you use that, you can actually catch. You can catch the blade coming down. So if I do that, that's really nice. I like a lot about this. It's Blackstone washed, which works really well. It goes in and out of the pocket beautifully. And there's no weight relief per se. The weight relief is with the carbon fiber blue G10 kind of Damascus type of inlay here, and that I think works really well for this. So I like that. The thumb studs work well for front reverse flipping, so that's really nice. The action's pretty good. It has two standoffs, right? Nice and rounded, no hot spots. You can choke up on this. You can choke up. It feels really good, comfortable in hand. Very useful blade, very useful shape. I like that. I like that a lot. And I do appreciate the cutaway here with the chamfering, so it's comfortable to kind of close and flick. So that to me is outstanding. Outstanding. So let's do a little measurement here and see how heavy this guy weighs. So this one weighs 4.3 ounces. So it's 4.3 ounces of knife. Not bad. Definitely can tell with the scales and how everything works there. So let's do a little bit of measurement from the very tip to the very back. All right, so we're looking at a knife that is exactly 8 inches. If I look at that from the tip here to here, yeah, exactly 8 inches long, which is crazy. If you go right here for the handle, you got about 4 inches that you can absolutely use. If you use the choke-up position, you're just a 1/4 inch shy of 5 inches. That's a lot of handle. The blade length, if you go from the tip to the top of the handle scale, is about 3.5 inches. The actual cutting length is really going to be about, I want to say 3 1/8 of an inch. So, definitely a smaller, but definitely not under the 3 inch in like a lot of states and cities have in place. So keep that in mind. All right, so let's look at the blade stock thickness. We're looking at blade stock thickness, 138 thousandths of an inch, so 0.138 inches, which is not thick at all. Very, very thin. So I like that. I mean, not very, very thin, but it's thin. Very, very thin would be under an inch, 0.1 inches, sorry. But still really nice. I like that. So that's the measurements. We did the blade stock thickness, all that stuff looks good. Let's look at what's the category of this? It's about $179 knife, $178 knife. If you get it at White Mountain Knives, you can get 10% off, so right. But you're looking at a knife that's definitely in the regular realm. It's under $300 and it's definitely over $100, which I think is awesome. I think it's pretty cool. I like that. Let's talk about EDC. Is this an EDC knife? Absolutely EDC. I like this kind of polished stonewashed. It works really well. It's got a pokey tip. You can get really into a lot of fertilizer, mulch, dog food, cat food, whatever. This works well for EDC. Now, is it hard use? It is a frame lock with a bolstered frame lock, so that's nice. That definitely gives you some advantage in gripping and everything. So I think there's a lot of positive there if you like that. So yeah, there you go. Collection piece. If you want it to be a collection piece, you can absolutely have it as a collection piece. I like the carbon fiber. I like the way it looks. It's right at that point where I'm like, is it a collection piece? Is it hard to use, kind of bang them up, beat them up kind of knife? To me, it's definitely a little nicer, and I think that shows. It's really cool. Let's talk about the design. Overall, the design, the guy who designed this, which is Greg Schaub, I think he did a really nice job. I like the aesthetics. It feels really good in hand. It's very functional, very grippy, very, very natural, and I like that. I think that's really cool. The action's pretty good for not having skiffs in there, and you could put skiffs in there, but this is going to be a giveaway knife, so I want to save those for other knives. I think it's pretty cool. So there you go. What else? The design opening closing is really good. Opens really, really well, nicely, smooth, fluid action. Fidget factor. Well, you've got a top flipper, which works well. You've got thumb studs that work well. You've got reverse thumb studs that work well. And then you've even got a little bonus flick that works well. So to me, the fidget factor in this one, it's up there. I'm going to give it a 7. This is definitely a 7 with the thumb studs, with the front flipper, and the middle blade. And let's see here. Can I do it on this? Yeah, I can do it on this hand over here as well, which is always hard to do left-handed, especially when it's really dry. Here, there we go. Yeah, it's always a little hard when it's dry. So, that's bonus. That's just bonus. So, I'm going to give it, I think I said 7 out of that. As far as fidgety goodness, this gets a good 95. It's an A. Is it an A+? It's 100? No. Couple times it's a little hard to get in there and flick, and then sometimes the top, if you get the wrong angle, it's kind of uncomfortable. And then sometimes when I unlock it and drop it, it's happens a little fast. I don't get to finish up what I need to do. When I say okay, so when it drops and I lock it, you want it to kind of come down controlled, not guillotine style, or catch right there. And sometimes I've almost cut myself. So that's what I mean by that. But otherwise, I think the fidgety goodness is amazing. Solid A. Overall, is this recommended? Yeah, it is. It is recommended. It's not quite my aesthetic, but I don't hate it. That's the thing. I don't hate it. And I actually don't hate this. I think they call it a rose blue carbon kind of pattern, I think it is, or something like that. Rose pattern carbon fiber titanium. I don't know. I like it. I dig it. I dig it. It looks really cool. Very unique. Really kind of a beautiful combination there. Paisley, almost like a beautiful tie or something like that. So I like that. And if you had a nice tie, that would match really well, right? So yeah, I do recommend it. I think it's one of those knives. Would I ever buy it? I don't know. I don't think I would, but at the same time, if I got it as a gift, I'd definitely keep it, right? It's one of those knives I would enjoy. But this was a gift to the channel for a giveaway, and so that's what we're going to do with it. And I'm just super grateful for that. And thank you to the awesome channel member, Tyler. Appreciate you, man. Absolutely appreciate you, and I know the rest of the channel is going to do that as well. So that's just so nice. Really, 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 really stinking cool. All right. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think about the knife? Do any of you guys own it? I'd love to hear from you. What do you think about my review? Do you think I'm an idiot? You like what I said? I'd love to hear from that as well. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, entertaining, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel, allows the channel to grow, produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to every one of you guys, and especially you guys who watch the videos, who like, who subscribe. I appreciate every one of you guys. That means a lot to me. And if you haven't already, maybe hit the notification button. So you can be notified of future content. And to the channel members, thank you. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you channel members for all you do. Appreciate the work you put in, and just want you to know that means a lot to me. So thank you again to you guys. And if you're on the fence and you said, hey, I'd like to become a channel member, but I'm not sure, it's going to be expensive. I have 3 different tiers, very inexpensive lowest tier, and then some really cool things. Everyone gets a sticker. I do a once a month channel giveaway. I just want you to know that. We already did the one for January. We'll do the one for February when it comes up. So just some ways for me to say thank you. And I don't want anybody to ever feel pressured to become a channel member. I appreciate you. I appreciate you if you do become a channel member, but I want you to know I appreciate you no matter what. So, but I do know that a lot of you guys wanted to partner up and help with the channel, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you. If you haven't already, maybe check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.